One of the faculty there for 10. There you go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the second year of Winchester Football Weekly. We had a great year last year, and believe it or not, they've asked us to come back, which I quite don't understand, but here we are. Tonight, we have a special guest, the producer of the show, Paul Manganaro, because as you can see, our friend over here, Jay, is in here in spirit. So we're going to ask Jay a couple of questions later on tonight. But so it's basically just Paul and I, and we're going to introduce what we're going to talk about this year. Talk about some things that happened for us last year at the end of the show. So let's just kind of get right into it, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you recap last year?
Hello, Pat, and hello, Winchester Sachem fans. It's great to be back. It's amazing how fast the off-season goes. A lot of stuff, a lot of action's been happening, and like Pat had said, it was a great show by trial and error last year. We made mistakes, but for the most part, I think we had a lot of successes and a really good time. We were able to incorporate a lot of knowledge and wisdom about the game of football in our town of Winchester. And one thing we're very proud of and very humble about is that we actually did win the WinCam Cable Award for Best New Show. So that was quite an undertaking because the people here at WinCam do such a fabulous job, and there's so many great shows, and this is really an asset to the community, this station here, and we're just fortunate to be part of it, and really excited about our second year. This year, now, coming with that success, we do have standards that we have to live up to, so we've been tossing around a lot of ideas on the off season, but we're definitely looking forward to keeping our main focus on the Where Are They Now segment, where we bring back a future past player from the high school program, somebody that might be in the area, right?
Or teams.
Or teams like we did last year. We brought the '86 Super Bowl team back in. We had some great guests. We also look forward to the funnest part of the segment for me is the Athlete of the Week, where we pick a coach's vote for a athlete from each level of football in Winchester, the Pop Warner, middle school and high school level, getting those guys in here. And of course, we'll have our cheerleader segment again, highlighting the great cheerleading programs in the town, and also Thanksgiving Day special, which will probably be a little different than last year. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we also hope to expand a little bit more with a little more video, a little more film of games and stuff, as you'll see tonight. We hope to get you some preseason practice film from all three levels of football. And we're looking to take the show on the road also, maybe have some taped shows from different locations around town. So if you'd like us to come to your establishment, if you're willing to feed us, we're willing to do the show from there. But really look forward to it, and look forward to getting the football season started, Pat.
And there's a lot to be excited about. Going over the three programs last year, obviously the high school, the middle school program, and the Pop Warner. From what I gather, all three programs in the past year have grown significantly. And it's an interesting time because there's a lot of talk about football and the possible concussions and injuries that go along with it. But it's a tribute the way that the coaches and the volunteers that have given up their time to teach the sport properly have really made kids want to come out and play. No serious injuries at all last year throughout the program, and it's continued to grow. So I think it's going to be an even better year this year with what I've seen, trying to get into some of the schedules and things that are going to happen. I would like to try to start talking about some of the programs, starting off with Pop Warner. Pop Warner football this year rather, they're getting into their third season. They started in 2010, and it's grown every year for the last 3 years it's been around. And last year's record over the 5 teams was 28-12. They have 35 volunteer coaches between the cheerleaders and the football players, the football teams. They have 5 teams. They have 2 E teams, which is first, second, and third graders, D teams, which is 4th, 5th, and some 6th graders, and then one C team, which is 5th and 6th graders as well. Last year, I could speak for one of their D teams made it to the playoffs. They played they played against Cambridge. It was a great game for them. They fought hard, those kids. They prepared well, and they really, they gave it their all. But Cambridge just had, a very strong team, and they weren't able to pull it out. But it was a great showing by that team, and that coaching staff did a great job. That was Georgie Nowell, Brandon Bergstrom, Chuck Ward, and Jamie Mabardi, and all of them. So they had a great experience for all those kids. The kids had a great experience with it.
I'll tell you one thing we see at the middle school level, Pat, too, before the existence of the Pop Warner program, the new kids that were new to football coming out of our program, we got to teach them how to put the pads on. Their first three-point stance was pretty ugly. Their first tackling session was pretty scary. But the experience and the coaching they're getting at the Pop Warner level is just tremendous. I mean, the transition is so smooth, kids coming up. It's almost flawless. It's almost seamless. You can really tell that the kids are being trained well there. And I think they share the same focus, which youth groups should share, which is, hey, they put the player first. They want to develop young people. They're not out there to win every single game. You drive by some of these Pop Warner fields, you see the coaches out there with cut-off T-shirts and, yelling and screaming at kids. My theory is if you have to yell and scream, you're not a good coach. But I see a lot of coaching, and we're very fortunate this year with Ginn being shut down. As you know, middle school's out there at Skillings from 4 to 6. Then here comes the Pop Warner kids from 6 to 8, and we're out there from 4 to 6. The high school team's out there. Then you got the cheerleaders off to the side practicing. It's just great to see that the field flooded with football activity and the great coaching that's going on. Like you said, at the Pop Warner on the middle school level, 100% volunteers, giving countless hours of commitment for a labor of love, which is just awesome to see. And I'll tell you, I'm gaining some new favorites, those Winchester Pop Warner cheerleaders. I was driving out of the parking lot the other night, and Coach O'Connor stopped me. They had a little cupcake bake-off, and I got a cupcake. So I'm going to be driving by them a lot more because fat guys like cupcakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Another couple of things that have happened, the board for Winchester Pop Warner, which is Michael Buongiorno, Brandon Bergstrom, Georgie Nowell, Chuck Ward. Forgive me if I'm leaving anyone out, but they've gone to great lengths to get not only their their head coaches certified in being a head football coach. They've also had their assistant coaches take a certification test as well. And that's not even something that's mandatory yet. It will be, but this year, almost every coach to this point, I think there's only a couple left that need to take it between now and their opening season, which is Sunday. So they're ahead of the curve. So I really do think that they're making sure the safety comes first in the sport, as well as having fun, but also trying to teach to work together as a team and trying to have a successful season. And that means it includes winning.
And don't forget, like you said, number one priority is the experience for our kids and their safety. I mean, life is full of risk. Game of football is a contact sport. But if you read all these studies, it just seems like football's getting a bad rap with these concussions because it happens outside of sports in general, but it happens more frequently in other sports. But to that effect, we're not hiding from the problem, or the potential problem. We've attacked it head on. Last year we had a mandatory clinic for all the youth coaches. We brought the people over from BU, got a very good lesson. I know the middle school program is working very closely with Nurse Mary down at the McCall Middle School. We've formulated with her help a concussion awareness form where it has to go home. Each one of our players takes it home. Parents and players have to read it. It talks about symptoms and signs of concussion. Parent has to sign it. Player has to sign it. And the most important thing is we ask for information about any past concussions. Because, we get these kids after a great summer off or maybe for the first time in a program, and if they walk in our door and we're not aware that they had 4 concussions in ice hockey or in the backyard, that's valuable information that we need to know and that we need to share and communicate between parents, coaches, school people. So in the event the kid comes to the school nurse and says, I have a bad headache, we're all in the same loop. And it's also important to like we emphasize with our kids, we're not looking for any heroes. if you think you have a head injury, let us know about it, because our number one priority is your well-being. And we'd rather have you miss one game than a whole career. So we'll attack the problem. We have, at every level of the program, you can see these helmets here. We spare no expenses on the equipment provided to our kids. And I think the most important part in concussion prevention is the training. The way we coach our athletes, we don't line up from 50 yards away and have them banging 5 days a week. It's very limited full contact, and when we do it, it's from close space. And before we even get into that, we have a whole succession of tackling drills and skills that we teach them. So kids are confident in what they're doing. And just like me and you, if we walked into a math test and didn't study, which happened frequently, you'd be sitting in the back of the room with pee dripping down your leg. But we train these kids, we teach them right, and then we match them up properly in practice, and then I think that goes a long way to the overall experience.
Yeah.
Like you said, Pop Warner, great program, great individuals spearheading that. I think they have a big fundraiser coming up Friday too, don't they?
They do. I was going to get into that. Basically, this Friday night down at the Sons of Italy at 7 p.m., they have a fundraiser. There's some baskets that that you can donate items to, but also bid on that night. In order to buy tickets, it's $40. Everything does go to the program. It pays for all the fees that go along with being in the program. It pays for the lights that the temporary lights that they've had to use this year down at Skilling's because Ginn is shut down. So if you have a night, it's a great night out. It's nice to have a cold beer.
Where can you get a ticket? Winchester Pop Warner?
Yeah, it's winchesterpopwarner.com, and it's $40. But you're local, right near home. It's a great night out, and there could be good music, and there's some great people that'll be there. So please, if you could try to make it or donate, even if you can't go, if you could buy a ticket just to support the program, that would be greatly appreciated as well.
And I know a lot of the cheerleading parents and a couple of the moms in the program are looking for someone to come down. I guess they have a quarterback toss contest, and Chucky Ward, one of the coaches in the program, is getting kind of a big ego, big head. They're looking for someone to come down there and beat him, whether it be at the contest or in the parking lot. Either or would be fine with us. But Pop Warner's off to a great start, and
they actually start. They do have a weigh-in this Saturday. The entire state gets weighed in, I believe, up at Chelmsford this Saturday, and they kick off their season at home down at Knowlton Stadium at Manchester Field this Sunday. So if you can come down, they start at 8 o'clock and they go right to about 2:30ish. It'd be a great experience for you guys to go down and at least watch some of the youngsters play some football. It's a lot of fun. Even though I coach one specific team, I always stay down and watch the other kids play as well. With that being said, it is a good transition right now to transfer into your program because you have some new and exciting things going on as well. Just to start off, Paul last year, Paul's program, one of the teams went undefeated.
Yeah.
He had unbelievable success last year in both programs. He breaks his teams down to two teams, red and black. They have different schedules, so this way it allows more kids to get involved in each game. This particular year, he has 86 football players and 50-plus cheerleaders. His season is going to start off on September 8th, which is a jamboree, which includes 6 schools. So I'd like to start off by you telling us about that, because this is something new this year.
Yeah, this is the 7th year of our program, and we're very humbled and happy that it keeps growing and the interest is still there. I feel very fortunate that we have a great core group of coaches that have been with us since the beginning. Coach Cavino, Coach Rossio, Coach Cato, Coach Morton, Coach Rosella.
Still can't believe those kids passed a Corey. I don't believe they're actually
Yeah, exactly. Coach Chick is now a full-time police officer, but he comes down and gives us a hand when he can. And we picked up a young fella, George Karanopoulos, who's a senior in the high school, but because of some medical issues cannot play football anymore. But he's come down and been a great asset to our program as an assistant coach. And of course, we have our trainer, Andy Miller, and our great cheerleading coaches. They've been with us since the beginning. Ann Duran and Melinda Stone just done a wonderful job, and Denise Costello, who's been with us for a few years. This year, like you said,
talk to us about the Jamboree.
The Jamboree is the first year we're experimenting with it. It's going to be held at Catholic Memorial. There's Westwood Middle School, CM, Dover Sherborne, Melrose, Saugus, and ourselves. We're going to go down there. It's going to be a 12-play on and off the field scrimmage with coaches in the huddle. So it's going to be a learning and teaching experience. Not a lot of repetitions, but let's get the bus ride in, get the butterflies, make sure the uniforms fit, because we open up that Wednesday at home at Knowlton Stadium with the Saugus Sachems. So it'll be Sachems versus Sachems at 3:45 at Knowlton Stadium. It's something new since we formed the league 3 years ago, the Eastern Massachusetts Middle School Football League, where we have 8 teams in the north, 8 teams in the south. We thought it'd be a good opportunity to kick off the season because the north usually doesn't see the south, so we get a mixture in there. We're also asking our players and anybody attending the game to bring a non-perishable food item that's going to be donated to local Boston food banks, which I think is a great message for our kids in our program. So we're looking forward to that. All our early indications are we have another great group of kids, hardworking kids. They seem like they're going to be doing the right thing on and off the field, even though sometimes that's the challenge. But so far, like I said, this is just the beginning of our second week. We've had a lot of enthusiasm and kids flying around, and now the pace quickens for them a little bit, so we'll see who can keep up. But we're really looking forward to another season. And like I told our guys, after the success we've had the last couple of years, we're the ones with the targets on our back, which is a good thing. Everybody wants to beat us. The Melroses, the Sauguses, the Bedfords, they all want to take a shot at us, which I told the kids, if we're prepared, we play our best game, I'll put us up against anybody. So we're looking forward to another great season in 2012. Cheerleading program, I think 52 or 54 strong right now. They're going to be working very hard again this season on the practice field, but then also going a couple sessions over JAG in Woburn to get some stunting in and stuff like that under the JAG instructors and under the watchful eye of our coaches. They also have a big trip, I believe it's September 15th, that we're doing something different with them. We got them a luxury bus. I think there's 50 of them going down with chaperones to Broadway for the day to see the cheerleading themed Bring It On. I think it's called Bring It On cheerleading musical. So they're excited about that. I don't know how excited the chaperones are to drive with 50 cheerleaders on the bus, but it should be a fun experience. And we have a mixture of 6th, 7th, 8th graders there, and can't speak highly enough of the job our coaches do there. Allie Duran, one of our former cheerleaders, came back. She's a student at Villanova, did a great job for us running 2 camps this summer, cheerleading camps, and girls had a bunch of fun, a nice bonding experience, and got a good head start on the cheerleading. So we're looking forward to the 2012 season.
I do know a couple of years ago, cheerleading at the high school was struggling.
So on life support.
Yeah, it really was. And your program with the cheerleaders kind of, was a great, shot to the arm with getting kids interested in participating in the sport. And I think that's been great to see it grow. And now with the Pop Warner, they're going to have to figure that out pretty soon, whether they can have cuts or I think there's 30 some odd.
They're already making cuts and stuff. And my theory, Pat, always been, why play football if you don't have a band and cheerleaders? There's no need to play football.
No, it's all part of the celebration. It really is.
Exactly.
It really is. And that gets us right into. I do want to talk about your fundraiser as well.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate enough. Financially, we're good standing, but we do have our major fundraiser each year, which is a cookie dough sale, because we think the kids should put some backbone and some sweat into their program, and they do an excellent job. We have a reward system for them, but starting, I believe it's September 17th, we're going to start a cookie dough drive, which will last for a week. The cookies are actually very, very good, and we hope to sell a couple thousand boxes like we did last year, and that will pay for our reconditioning of the equipment that goes out each year at an expense of about $6 to $7 grand. Referees, home games with referees and the EMTs, and now with the users fees to play on the turf, it's going to cost us close to $700 to $800 for a home game. And when we go away with the buses, unlike Pop Warner and some other programs, we provide bus transportation to and from the games. It's about $250 a bus.
Wow.
So it's not a cheap program to run. So, but you know what? It's worth the sweat to put into it to make sure the kids have a first-class experience. But we'll have our cookie dough fundraiser, and so if a Satan Youth football player, cheerleader knocks on your door, we'd appreciate it if you buy 1 or 2 boxes of cookie dough come the end of September.
Sure. Getting right into, this kind of segues into the high school program, and I'd like to spend some time on that. As we all know, last year, Their record was 1-9. Coach Dembowski, it was his first year. He inherited a depleted program. Not much interest in football at all. A lot of upperclassmen had basically abandoned the sport, and he's done what I think, record be damned. He did a great job, and what he was supposed to do is bringing interest back into the program. To give you an example, this particular season, he's going into this year with 10 seniors, 13 juniors, 20 sophomores, and 31 freshmen. And I just think that that's a great tribute to what he did do this past season with getting the kids committed, but also having a good time doing it. I mean, yeah, you want to win. We get that, and that'll come eventually, especially with the middle school program and the Pop Warner now in place. Eventually, that will start turning around, and with the younger numbers, you can start to see it. And I saw the kids work this off season. They worked the hardest I've ever seen in recent years. They did a 7-on-7s camp on Wednesday nights up in Reading. They won, I believe, all of their games. Maybe they tied 1 or 2, but they didn't lose the entire summer, where it's quarterbacks, receivers, and they have defensive cornerbacks and linebackers. And yes, it is like flag football, but they had 2 great quarterbacks in Timmy Mangano and Mike Grassi, who just did a tremendous job getting the ball around to different kids on the field. They had 3 jamborees, 7-on-7 tournaments for Under Armour that they went to. They made the playoffs in 2, but only 2 had playoff situation. But they made the playoffs in both of them against some really good competition. It actually, I'll be honest, it surprised me. They did a tremendous job this year. They had the weightlifting program, which I don't know if some of you know that every morning for 4 days, Monday through Thursday, they can come down here at 8 o'clock in the morning to about 9:30 or 10, lift. They had a strength coach this year of Andy Carr, Tommy Carr's brother, who's the strength and conditioning at St. Seb's, one of the assistants there, but he came and helped out this summer. So this coming year, the way things are going, they've had 2 scrimmages so far. The first scrimmage was against Lynn Classical, and they beat them. Unbelievable running game. The first series, it's a 10-play scrimmage on offense and defense. First 10 plays, Costello ran for 2 touchdowns he ran for a touchdown on the first play of the scrimmage, but in that 10-play series, he ran for 2 touchdowns, which was great to see. Line did well. The receivers did well, and the quarterbacks did a great job, like I had mentioned earlier. Then this past weekend, on this Friday night, they had a quad scrimmage with Westford Academy, Methuen, and North Andover. And they won all 3 of those scrimmages. And they scored, I'm guessing about 8 touchdowns between all 3 scrimmages. And not only, what I was impressed with, not only did the first unit do well, but the second unit with the JVs and sophomores and freshmen that are contributing, they did a tremendous job and they stepped up.
Well, for first time, as long as I can remember, last year, because of the circumstances, a lot of freshmen were thrown right in the fire. And I think we're going to see the dividends at the high school program because of that. They took their lumps, but those kids are now experienced sophomores. Many of the freshmen in the program that came from our program know that, hey, as a freshman, I don't have to sit out a year. I might be thrown right into the fire also. And I'll tell you, they have some nice senior leadership, group of good solid seniors led by captains Timmy Mangano and Dan McGurl, 2 kids that are passionate about football and they're good solid leaders. And I see kids around town, I can sense that the excitement's coming back. The belief is kind of getting there. I was talking to Parker Carey, one of the young linebackers. He said, I think we're going to be all right. So
well,
it's kind of
that
still
same thing happened with the parents coming out of the scrimmage, the quad scrimmage Friday night. It was nice to hear parents say, wow, I think we have a shot here. It was a different mindset.
Yep, and when Parker told me that, I slapped him in the head and I said, what do you mean you think you're a player? You always got to believe you're going to be undefeated and shoot for the top. But being a young player, coming off a tough year. I think they're going to need that little boost of confidence and success early on to really propel them for a successful season. Now, how do you gauge success? I would think they're still going to be very, very young. But like you said in your earlier statements, Pat, the numbers are growing, the passion's coming back, the pipeline's there, some good things happening, and Coach Wally, Dabowski, and his staff, all good people. They're trying really hard, and usually good things happen to good people. So I think it's only a matter of time before we see some success. And obviously we have that big payback coming on Thanksgiving, and I don't think you can wait and build on that. I mean, after what happened there, let's not beat around the bush. The blunt display of a lack of display of sportsmanship, and from a coach that is considered one of the deans in the league, kind of just lost his way. I don't know, my personal opinion is because of his own pressure from his own community about having winning seasons. He kind of lost focus on the respect of the rivalry, and at the cost of his own kids that didn't get in the game, kind of whipped it up on us 56-0, which I was always brought up to believe and understand, hey, you get your butt kicked, but don't forget about it. And I don't think these kids will forget about it, and I know the coaches had a little chip on their shoulder, the way they prepared and stuff, with a little extra energy, and look forward to getting back to that game. But before they get back to that game, we got to start, like you said, next weekend with their opening game and build to that, and earn our way to Thanksgiving. But speaking of that Thanksgiving, can we skip to our very special night, the big thing we're doing on November?
I would like to finish with the high school, if you don't mind. They're starting, by the way, that game time for this coming Saturday has changed. It's now a 2 o'clock game instead of 10:30 in the morning. They are playing up at Lynn Technical School. To finish off with the program itself, a couple years ago, they couldn't even get a JV team together. They didn't have a JV schedule. To give you an idea of what's happening this year, the varsity has 11 games. They have 3 night games, clearly not here. But they have 5 home games this year, which is great that the kids can come down and watch. But the varsity has 11 games, the JV has 9 games, and the freshman has 9 games. Now the freshman games, for all of you people who want to bring the kids down and watch some of the high school, on Fridays at 3:30 is when the freshmen play. And the JVs play on Monday at 3:30. First game's at 4 o'clock, but that's unusual. Typically it's at 3:30. And you really should come down, because the high school has added 3 coaches, Joe Maroney, Joe Curran, and I don't know the third. It was an affiliation of Coach Dombrowski. And
he was the coach at Curry College. I know that. I haven't gotten the new coach's name, but I know the kids are very enthusiastic. Right. And when I see him coaching from outfield, you can see the man's a technician, and he has the passion and the love for the game.
And that's really a big part of it. The kids are actually very excited about the coaching staff this year. They've brought a new bit of energy. Joe Maroney definitely brings the energy a little bit. Joe Curran brings the energy a little bit. He actually played football with my other brother, Chris, so I do know him a little bit. And it's nice to see that the kids are excited, because they believe in their coach. And, I think it takes a little bit for someone to put their mark on a town or a program, and I'm hoping this particular coaching staff, and Coach Maroney coached with Coach Sobolowski before and has come back, and I think the kids are appreciating the fact that he's there. And
Coach Maroney's a former sage himself.
Yeah, so it's just nice to have. Again, the program itself has 3, maybe 4 coaches that are in the school. I know Tommy Carr is.
Coach Langlis, Coach McKenzie, and Coach Dombrowski.
And Coach Dombrowski is the gym coach at the the gym teacher at the middle school. I'm sorry, it's health and wellness now, whatever. Sorry, Coach.
But, what do we know about health and wellness?
Yeah, look at me.
I thought
Jay, what do you think?
I thought Jay said something.
Anyway, what's up with the 3 nostrils, Jay? What's up? Anyway, so, those coaches are there, and the kids are really buying into it, which is a big part of it as well, as we all know. Once your kids buy into anything, usually they can succeed. Their fundraiser, I do want to cover that as well. Yeah. You'll see them walking around with their football shirts on, selling those credit cards for $20 a pop. It gets you discounts to all the local merchants. Again, playing football, as you can imagine, is a very expensive sport. Those 7-on-7 tournaments, they don't charge for those. It comes out of the booster club, and this is why I wanted to pull back a little bit what you were talking about. A new booster club is in the process of being put together. To give an example, there was a locker room that didn't have lockers this year.
Yeah.
So can you?
I wouldn't call it new, but the addition of Coach Dombrowski
Yeah.
had approached me and asked if we could get more alumni support into the booster club. It's going to be an all-inclusive booster club where the design of it is to take some burden off the parents, because the tradition of it's been passed down from captains' parents to captains' parents, and those poor people were left with a big mountain of work to do, and they couldn't really enjoy their son or daughter's senior season or experience. So this is going to be a combination of alumni and parents. We're going to meet with the captain's parents now that they've just been awarded or elected, and we're going to open it up to any parents that would like to get involved. I know the design in Coach Dombrowski's mind is the parents still take care of the program and the banquet and can take any active role they want. But there was an immediate need for a locker room down at the high school where the condition of the lockers were so poor that they had to have them ripped out, but couldn't replace them. So last year, kids were using temporary shelving and bringing their own chairs in, and they had a dream of a varsity locker room with the college-style lockers, open-faced, nice wood container on the bottom, lock box up top.
So they can all walk up their iPhones, parents.
Yeah. And within 2 days, a few phone calls and emails flew around. Alumni excited to get back, and we raised close to $14,000 to pay for that project that's going to happen this year for the kids. And so the transition is going to be more alumni involvement, but not a total transformation or structure of the Boots Club. Just be more involvement by different groups.
Well, it does take the burden off of everybody else. I mean, you know, having children, as you know, is taxing anyway. But add the fact that they're playing an activity or doing an activity. There's always fundraising outside the cost of playing the sport, and it's so taxing on any program. So it's nice to have some alumni that are in town, but some that are out of town that are willing to pony up and help out the program.
Yeah, we'll receive checks as far as Alaska, from as close to Winchester to as far as Alaska, so it's been really good. And we're also going to be launching our new WHS football alumni site, which will have current news on it, plus a whole video archive of photos. We have over like 500 photos from the last 6 generations. We have some film footage, some vintage film footage, and ways to donate and stuff. So all good things happening, Pat, and all 3 levels. Look forward to getting all 3 seasons kicked off, and now I guess we're getting the cue that we're ready for some great footage. Even though Jay's not here with us tonight physically, he's here with us in spirit. Jay was able to go out last week and take some film footage of practice at all 3 levels, and we have some nice interviews for you. So I know you're sick looking at this talent up here. I mean, as good looking as we are, really look forward to getting you to see the behind-the-scenes stuff at Winchester, Pop Warner, Sachem Youth Football, and the high school football program.
The sad thing is Jay's the best looking one on the stage right now.
So if we're ready to run the film, guys, back there in the booth, we can start with the
Pop Warner. We are starting with Pop Warner, going to middle school and then the high school.
All right.
Now here's some of the Pop Warner films that you're seeing right now.
Yeah, this was taken last week. This was right after our practice. This is Coach Bergstrom, Coach Nowles, and Coach Abbott's, was it the C team?
Their C team. Yep. Yeah. So Coach Bergstrom last year was the D coach that made it to the playoffs. One of the coaches, and Coach Nowell, and Coach Abbott. I'm sorry about that.
Yep.
That they went on to the D team last year, so now they've moved up with some of those kids and hoping for the same type of success as last year.
And you can see here what I like about it is they have their drills broken out pretty nicely. There's good instruction before they just get involved in something.
Notice the drill that he was doing. He's doing it, there's no head-on tackling. He's doing a side tackling, which is the key to really teaching good technique, which I'm glad to see that they're actually doing, because that's what it comes down to. Years ago, you would have lined them up across from each other and had them run as 2 deers.
And this Coach Bergstrom there, you can see he really let himself go.
He did let himself go. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing his wife still stays with him.
Yeah.
That's, we can't figure that out.
I agree. But here's one of the early tackling drills to build a little confidence in the kids, where you can see the tackle will just get a good fit and drive and put the ball carrier on his backside, but on a good cushiony mat. So there's
You can actually do this drill without helmets, which really teaches the idea of not putting your helmet, helmet on helmet.
Right.
We did that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you can see Coach Bergstrom giving instruction right there.
Yep, and he's talking about getting the head up and making sure that they're not making head-on-head contact. And I think it's a big plus that we've taken the time to learn the proper way of doing stuff to avoid any injuries. So I think it's great to see.
And this,
that
of
it's
course,
happening.
as you can see, Pat, is all done at Skilling's Field this year because of the construction down again.
Yep.
The river widening project should be done in a month or so, I guess. But right now, we're fortunate enough to have Skilling's online for us.
And I would actually like to thank the neighbors over there because we do have some temporary lighting to help practice because, as you know, it gets dark real early. Those neighbors have allowed us to put temporary lights there just for this season, knowing that we're going back again. They were very accommodating, which we appreciate a lot. Otherwise, we really couldn't have a season.
Yeah.
What you're going to start seeing now is some clips from the middle school program.
I think we have the interview first.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the interview of the 3 kids from of the Papuana football. Sorry about that.
They're on the Winchester Papuana team. This is the C team, guys. Can you tell me your name?
Tony Ferrantino,
Tony?
Nick Burns, John Abbott.
John Abbott, great. And this is your first year playing?
No, we're all second and third years.
Second or third year. What position do you play?
I'm a backup quarterback and I play safety.
Wow, what position do you play?
I play wingback, fullback, quarterback, and cornerback.
Wow, you're out there quite a bit. You're a man of all traits. And what do you play?
I play nose tackle, corner, tail, full, and wing.
What's your favorite position and why do you like playing that position?
Nose because you really get in there.
Really, you get to make the good tackles, right?
Yep.
And what's your favorite position?
Probably cornerback because you get to make picks.
What's your favorite position?
Quarterback because you're the general. You get to do everything.
That's good. Now, how do you like the coaches? Are the coaches pretty good to you?
Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah. And then your games played on what time on Sundays, right?
11, I think.
11, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. Did you play football before? Did you just start at Winchester or did you play at Woburn at all before we started the program here?
I started at Winchester.
Yeah, oh, did you? Yeah, good. You also?
Yeah.
That's great.
And I started Winchester too.
What do you guys think about having Papuana now, then you have middle school, and then you have go to high school? Isn't that great for Winchester?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Great.
More experience.
Yeah. And how many games you guys played this year?
I think 8 in the regular season.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Now, does everyone play so many plays? Is that how that works?
Yeah, everybody
the minimum
plays like
10. I think the minimum is 10 or 11.
Okay.
a game.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, a game.
What about the weight limit? What's the weight limit here?
I think you have to be 85, and I don't know what you. I don't think you can move up. I think you just stay here because it's the last level.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to wish you all the luck this season. It's great to see all you guys out here and having the middle school and the high school. This is great for Winchester, and I wish you all the luck. And thank you for being on the show. Hopefully, you guys make play of the week and you get to come on our show and get to be interviewed by my brother and I and get a free pizza at Gloria's Pizza. So thanks again for coming, guys. And good luck this season. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, guys. Good job. Good job. Good job. Your first interview. You're all set now. Now you just got to win all your games.
I like that. Nice work.
All right, now we're going to see some clips of the middle school program.
I tell you what, Pat, Jay really looked good that tie. He's taking this thing to another level. Here we are. This is our first day, Pat, at the middle school, which was August 27th. Like I said, we have over 80 fellas out, and it was a great start. Our first day went so smoothly, it was almost scary. But usually on the first day, we're just in helmets and practice jerseys, a little bit of conditioning just to gauge their level of conditioning, and also a lot of instructions. And each day we put in a new play, we call it human chalkboard. It was actually a blessing by disguise. We don't have a classroom. Everything's outdoors. We have the pod, so we have a human chalkboard where it's like a human chess game. We actually use bodies, line them up whenever we're introducing a new offensive play or defensive formation. We usually start that every practice off with that when we're installing something new. And then we get into our individual skills, and then small group, and then we go to the team concept.
Now, do you have a number of nights that you have to do, just helmet and shorts? I mean, Pop 1 has 10.
Yeah, we
10
pretty
hours.
much we follow the high school MIA rules, which we go 3 conditioning days, and then we're allowed, we go full gear. You see, this is a scoop and score drill that we did because we hope to take advantage of any time that ball's on the ground, scoring touchdowns for ourselves. And you can see some of these fellas look like athletes, and some of them look like little baby deers. But our job is at the end of it to make them all look like athletes.
You could probably see an unbelievable difference between the beginning of the year and the end of the year with some of the kids. Not only their physical ability, but just their confidence.
Yeah, we see great leaps and bounds there, and just the physical development of these kids. We have an 8th grader, Cole Potter, who I didn't even recognize at the equipment pickup. He must have grown 3 inches. A lot of that was hair, but he grew so much I didn't even recognize him.
Now, talk about some of your coaches have been around for a while.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We have Coach Cato, who is he's in 8 high school Hall of Fame, in college Hall of Fame, football Hall of Fames around the area. He's the legendary coach that developed the Chelmsford High School program. He's a family friend, was retired. We took him out of retirement. He's been working with us. Coach Garino, retired police officer, owner of the Black Horse Tavern, has been with us since the beginning. Coach Rossio, the owner of Gloria's, also the captain of the 90 Super Bowl team, is with us. Mike Vozella and J.R. Morton, 2 members of the 90 Super Bowl team, are with us. Mike's a fireman, and J.R. Morton works with the Mass Transit Authority on the Mass Pike. And like I said, Coach Chick, just great guys.
All right, here comes.
We usually break it down. We just don't let the kid run off. We usually give them a little wisdom before we let them disperse.
If you have an equipment issue, don't come here 5 minutes before. There's no school or anything. I will be here at 3 o'clock every day this week. Come down at 3 if you have an equipment issue. Some guys steal knee, shoulder pads, and pants. Let's get done. If you can get it done today after practice, we'll get it done. If not, come at 3 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to be in helmets and practice jerseys again tomorrow. Okay? All right. Who can we call? Do we have rules here? Or do we have standards? Who can we call one of our standards? Go to your best. Best effort all times. Right? Hustle all the time. Right? And the most important one, most important one, be a leader on and off the field. Right? Hey, anybody can pick on someone weekend. It doesn't take a tough guy to pick on someone weekend. It does take a tough guy, right? Right? So honest, it takes a tough guy when you see someone getting picked on, and all of a sudden you know that's wrong. And you're like, well, if I jump in, maybe they'll stop picking on me. So I just walk away. It takes that tough guy to jump in and team up with the guy and say, hey, enough is enough. And you'll be surprised, bullies, when they're stood up to, they usually disappear. All right? Now, I'm not talking about going out and be a vigilante, but you stand up for other people. Okay? And sometimes that means going in, telling the principal, or telling a parent, hey, you see this going on, it's bothering me, I know it's not right. Okay? But sometimes turning your eyes, your ears away from something like that, it's just as bad as being involved. All right? If you want to be a punk, go play another sport. Okay? Because as far as we're concerned, you made it through one practice. All right? You made it through one practice, so you're part of this SYFC family right now. All right? We're together. I don't care if you like vanilla ice cream or raspberry ice cream. I don't care if you like Justin Bieber or Miley Cyrus. Okay? Right? We're all gonna have differences. Listen up. We're all gonna have differences. We have one common goal, and that's to be great together. And we have 10 weeks together. All right? Like I said, we're going to stand to live up to. Hundreds of guys that played before you have set the tone. All right? They've made us into one of the elite programs in middle school football in Eastern Mass.
The red marker.
Well, that leads us Pat into the high school segment, which we should have some film coming up at the high school
Hey,
practice
Andy,
going up
welcome
here.
to Satan.
No, this was your interview.
Weekly.
This interview was Andy Miller.
Yes, I
Then
know.
you have
How do you like football?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah? And what's this, your first year playing? And helping
No,
out?
this is my second year.
Second year, okay. And what's your job on the football team?
Usually a water boy and picking up the cones and bags and stuff.
Okay, you know what? I played football a long time ago. You have the most important job on the team. Because you know what? A team can't function without having a good manager and making sure everything's there for the team. That's a great job. Do you really like doing it?
I really do.
Yeah, and how the kids like you?
They like me.
Yeah, I bet they like you when you bring the water over to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long you been doing this? 2 years, you said?
Yeah, 2 years. This
Wow.
is my second year.
That's great. What do you like about the coaches?
They're really awesome.
Yeah. And how's the kids doing? Great?
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
That's good. Well, thank you for coming and good luck this year. We'd like to have you. You're doing a great job and glad to have you on the team. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Coach Bozzella, thanks for having you back once again. It's nice to have football season back here again. The kids are out there sweating. Your numbers look bigger this year.
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger this year. We had to get actually more equipment than we usually get.
Okay.
You know, but the numbers are out there. The kids are excited. It's great to be back in the field for the first day of practice.
That's great.
know.
What do you think your challenges that you think this year, like on the offensive line, defensive line?
Well, every year we always have the challenge of the 7th graders coming up from the Pop Warner level and teaching them how we run our offense, you know, because we run a little different than other offenses do. Our schemes are different. The way we come off the ball is a little different.
Right.
So by the time they get to the 8th grade, they got it down pat, and it's just, you know, early the season like we are, practice of day one, just kind of brush up on some of the skills the 8th graders take off, 7th graders catch up, and we're ready to go for the season.
Wow, that's great. You know, I was just interviewing the head coach of the high school, and I was just telling him how great this is to have your program, States and Youth Football, and you have the high school, and then we also now, after you guys leave, we have Winchester Pop Warner. How great, you know, you're a lifelong resident, you won a Super Bowl at the high school. What does this mean to Winchester football in the future? What's your opinion of that?
I think it's a good thing. I think it's going to bring a lot of kids coming into Pop Warner. They get to learn how the game is played. They get to learn the sportsmanship of the game. Then they come up to the middle school level where the weight limit is out and you get to have unlimited weight. So now you're playing against bigger kids. So by the time they come to the high school, they're ready to go. They know exactly what it's all about.
That's great. You know, one of the best things I saw today is every day, you know, I walk with Coach Mango, and he talks so much, you know, during the local walk, it goes real quick. Today, it looked like he lost his voice. So I can't wait till tomorrow morning. He won't say 2 words because he lost his voice today.
No, he won't.
Mike, it's always a pleasure.
All right, Jay, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, what's your name?
Andre?
Andre, what's your name?
Zach.
Zach, I'm Jay Gill. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Can you?
How long have you been playing football?
I've been playing since I was 7.
7. How long are you?
Playing this is my 4th year.
4th year. What position do you play?
I'm a linebacker and a running back.
Wow.
I play quarterback.
What do you like mostly about playing football?
Probably just doing everything, you know, doing a little bit of everything, hitting, running, just getting everything into it.
How about you?
It's my 2 favorite.
And this is going to be on TV now. What do you think of your coaches? How have they been so far?
I love
real
Coach
solid.
Mango.
You love Coach Mango?
Yeah, they're solid coaches.
Coach
They do a
Cato.
great job with us.
Yeah. Do you think it seems like the numbers are a lot bigger? Do you have a lot of your friends playing this?
Yeah, we got a lot of kids that didn't really want to play last year in 7th grade, but we got a lot of new kids.
That's great.
We got a lot of Pop Warner kids too who are in 7th grade, played C team, and now are on 8th grade.
That's great.
Middle school team.
Do you feel football is a game of team spirit where each 11 players on each side of the ball have to, you know, actually do their play to make that play work? How do you feel about that?
I do.
It's a team sport.
I think that if you don't have all 11 players on the same page, then you're not going anywhere.
Make sure everyone's having fun too.
Great. Well, hopefully you guys make Player of the Week. As you know, our program's on every Monday night, 7 o'clock. If the coaches pick you, you get to go live on TV with us, and you get a free pizza from Glorious. I want to wish you thank you very much for being on TV with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Hey, kid. I'm here with the famous Coach Morton. I had the privilege to coach with him at the high school level. After so many years, we started the States and Youth Football program, and Coach has been here ever since. He also was on a Super Bowl team with Coach Bozzella, so it's great to have players that come back and give back something to the community and to the football program. JR, what do you think the program's going to be like this year? And it looks like the numbers are really big, and how is it as a coach to try to get everyone into a game and get them mentally prepared?
It's tough when there's this many kids, but Coach Mango's done a good job having the two different teams to play. We have probably twice as many games as you would think, breaking it up into a red and a black team. And when you break it up into two sets of games, it'll be about 35 kids, 32 kids on each squad, and we get everybody in. The offense that we run, we tend to keep the ball a lot. We were able to move up and down the field, so we have a lot of plays. It works out really well.
Do you feel when you played Pop Warner and I played Pop Warner that things have changed since the time we played?
Oh, a lot's changed. I mean, you coach differently. We were all screamed at and yelled at. Now, it's a little more, just trying to coach each kid a little differently to see what works with them. It is different. It seems so much more organized too. You know what I mean? It's really like everybody's like on the same page. It works well.
That's good, Coach. I just wanted to wish you good luck. It's always a pleasure. Thanks. I miss coaching with you, buddy.
Right now, next clips we're going to see of the high school program, and
then we got an interview with Coach Dombrowski and Coach Carr.
Okay. High school started the second week in August. Again, they started with their 3 nights. They started with 3 nights of just helmets and conditioning. And like I said, they've already had the 2 scrimmages, but they've come a long way. Talking with Coach Carr, they dummied down the offense a little bit to make it a little bit more.
That was so he could understand.
So he could understand. And a couple other kids. I mean, I know some of those kids. They, they needed some help bringing that down to a little bit easier level. But right there is Costello running, and he's done a great job. I guess he worked hard this off season, lifting.
Yeah, John Costello comes from a great line of sachems. I was fortunate enough to play with his brother, Stephen Costello, back in the early '80s. His brother Chris played in the mid '80s, and Danny was part of that '86 Super Bowl team. Of course, John's father, Pat, got scared and ran to Boston College High School, but that was his loss. He would have been a member of the class of '80. But that's another whole show.
I'm surprised that the Costellos were allowed to stay in Winchester after Stephen got through.
It's nice to see Pat too. I know they get back to those red helmets, which is like a staple in the Middlesex League. I mean, anybody that's been around the Middlesex League for a year to 50 years, when you see those helmets, no question that's the Winchester High School football team right there.
Yeah, it's a staple of the program. I mean, those are the types of things that you know where they are as soon as you see, you know who they are. These kids did work hard during this off season. I have to give them a lot of credit. They've really made an effort that they were gonna change things. Offensive line, they've worked hard. They're pretty scarce at offensive line, but the kids that are there I give them a lot of credit. I'll tell you, the last 2 scrimmages, they really gave the quarterback a lot of time to throw the ball. So
it's like anything else. Like I said, regardless if you're 1-9 or 9-1, that season means nothing. That record, those wins and losses don't carry over.
Right.
Hopefully, when you're 1-9, the chip on your shoulder carries over, and you get something to prove.
I've heard a few kids mention 56-0, and that was obviously the score of the Woburn game, and I don't think that's going to be forgotten anytime soon.
Yeah, that would be good.
It'd be nice to,
Now, who's on the back? That's Big Gerard. Is that his name, Gerard?
Yeah, it's Gerald Naval. Is the fullback.
This is his first year playing?
He's come back and played. This is his first year.
Okay.
Big, strong kid. His brother, Joe, is now one of the slot receivers.
Right. One of the fastest kids on the team.
Right. And Gerald is a slot receiver, too, when they don't have a fullback there.
And he's built like a man.
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah. Both of them are. It's great that they're great kids, and they've just added to the whole program.
I tell the 2 quarterbacks apart. Timmy's the one with the real skinny legs. Michael Grassi has the thicker legs. They look like trees.
Yeah.
Timmy's looks like twigs.
Yes.
Michael's looks like trees.
Timmy throws a hard ball, I can tell you that, though. I'll tell you, he throws that ball.
I get off to a great start.
You catch that out of fear.
Yeah, it should be exciting to watch them get started. What's that first game date, Bet? You said there was a time change.
It's this coming Saturday afternoon. It is a 2 o'clock game instead of the time, instead of the 10:30, which was originally scheduled. So please join us next week.
Well, we got the 2 interviews.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. We have 2 interviews first.
We're going to end with Coach Dombrowski and Coach Carr from the high school.
0, 1, 2. This is
Is Coach Carr giving some?
depending on the coach you're hearing it from. 3, 4, you'll almost never see. 5 or 7, head up the tight end. That's the only techniques we're going to see. Good. Let's get on TV.
On TV, baby.
Go ahead, chucking around.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing, Jay? See you.
Good afternoon. We're here with Coach Carr. Coach is his second season as offensive coordinator. How's it feel to be out here on a nice warm summer day?
It's awesome to be back out with the kids. This is a long summer. We got out of school pretty early. I'm a teacher here in town. It's great to be back with the kids. I missed them all summer, and they're out here working hard. We're having a good time.
That's great. It seems like the numbers are really big this year. What do you feel about the numbers?
The numbers are improving every year. We got a big freshman class. We got a lot back from a pretty big freshman class last year. And we even got some juniors out this year to improve the smaller class. So we got some, we're happy with our numbers. We got good kids out there working hard.
Good. Let's spend a couple minutes here. We're going to go around and film the whole program.
All right, thanks.
Good luck, Coach.
Always a pleasure
We're going
to
to have
see
you on TV.
Yeah, you get it.
Shark Talk. All right, thank you. Good luck, Coach. All right, good. Coach, I want to welcome you back for your second season. It's football season now. Everyone's sweating out here. It's preseason. You must be excited. Here we got the Satan Youth Football cheerleading team over here. You got the high school over here. I think there's great things that are going to happen to the program. What do you think about all this?
This year we're excited. We've got about 75 kids in the program right now, freshmen through seniors. We've got 10 great senior leaders. Looking forward to the captain announcement in the next day or two. We got a good group of juniors. Our freshman team from last year won a lot of games and they're back. We have about 21, 22 guys coming back from that. And we got a huge group of freshmen. There's, I think, 32 freshmen right now. And we typically pick up 7 or 8 when school starts. So we could be pushing 80 by the time school starts, which is way up compared to 2 years ago when we were about 62.
Great. What do you think your strengths are going to be this year for your team?
The strengths are we're actually going to have some experience at the quarterback position. Actually, today is the year anniversary that Michael Grassi and Timmy Mangano joined the team. So they've been with us a year now. Because they weren't here last year, the first week of camp. They came in the second week. So we're looking forward to that. We have real good senior leadership on the O-line with Dan McGurl and Nick Dallas coming back. So that's good. Then we have Stefan Sandberg, Joe Mintange, John Costello. There's a bunch of skilled kids that have come back. We were at passing range during the summer. We had gone to a couple 7-on-7 shootouts. So they've worked together now for more than just 7 days.
Great. I know the 7-on-7, you guys had great success. I know it's only 7-on-7, there's no hitting, but that's a positive thing I think you take out in the skill position, don't you think?
It is. They were going to the right spots.
Yeah.
I think last year we did 1 7-on-7, and then we played in the league in Woburn. And I don't think we won a passing game last summer. So we're going in the right direction. They're communicating better, and we're really looking forward to taking it now on the field. It's the same thing. We scrimmaged Lynn Classical on Saturday. Last year against Lynn Classical, we didn't score a touchdown. This year, it wasn't as technically as sound as we wanted it to be, but we had John Costello break 2 long runs. Actually, he caught a slant, he put his foot on the ground, he started to get outside like we were talking about, and it was good to see him break it for a touchdown.
That's all positive.
Yeah, all good stuff.
What's your first, if you had to learn anything from the Middlesex League last year that you want to bring into this year, what was the most thing you think you learned from last year's experience?
One, there's a lot of great talent. There's a lot of big kids. The Reddings, the Bluebirds, the Lexingtons, and there's some tough kids now. Wakefield, holy smokes. You got Arlington, you got Melrose. Some of the other teams we play, they're physical as well. So we've stepped up to be a little bit more physical in preseason camp here. And if we can carry that through, and we're playing some tough guys. Friday night we got a quad scrimmage against some Merrimack Valley teams and the bigger Northeast Conference Cape Anthony teams. So we're trying to get a little tougher mentality going too.
Great. I noticed walking around your practice today, you got a lot of new coaches. Tell us about some of your new coaching staff and what you have in your staff.
Coming back is Tony Carter on the offense. Craig McKenzie will be the offensive line coach. Andrew Langlos will be working with the D-line and tight ends. And then we added Joe Maroney, a Winchester guy. He loves being around the kids.
He does. He's great for the program.
He's going to help with the D-line. He brings a little bit of maturity to the staff, I think.
You need one guy to keep you in line, right?
And then we have Joe Curran, who's been around the block for many years. Last year he conquered Carlisle. He's an Arlington guy. He brings a lot of wisdom to the table. And then we're bringing Todd Nestor on board, who was my secondary coach at AIC when I was coordinating there. He was my defensive coordinator at UMass Lowell, and we're super fortunate to have him come work with the secondary and defense this year. So very excited about the 6 or 7 guys.
Great. We wanted to wish you good luck, Coach, and we'll see you during the season.
Thank you.
Best of luck. All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight, and please join us next Monday at 7 o'clock for our first regular season show.
We'll have the real Jay back, too.
You know she was crying over your speech.
Good night, everybody. Beautiful. Thank you.